Hello everyone and welcome to my narrative interview. For this task, I chose to interview my mum, Jackie. She has been working as a speech pathologist for over 20 years. While her profession does not align exactly with my desired field of work, they share many professional similarities, such as communication skills, work-life balance, and managing stressful situations. In our conversation, we touch on her journey to get to where she is now, different moments in her career where she had to respond to change, and lastly, her vision of the future of work as she sees it. Here is a snippet from our conversation which shows the pivots in her career path to get her to where she is today.
Okay, so I had many jobs as a young person, and then when I finished school, I went to university and studied law for 1 year. I didn't really like that, so then I had a year, and I was very immature, so I had a year off, and then I went back and studied speech pathology and graduated in 1994. Then I had a year in Mudgee, then I had a year at Liverpool Hospital, and then I worked for 5 years at Sydney Children's Hospital in their brain injury department, which I loved. And then my family moved to Wagga. I'd had a baby by then. And then I worked as a speech pathologist here.
One particular moment in that conversation that stood out to me was when she mentioned not liking law school and feeling immature during that period. This reflects an externalization of the issue, her dissatisfaction with law school, separate from her inherent self. Similarly, her decision to take a year off for self-reflection can be seen as an externalizing conversation where she acknowledges the need for personal growth before returning to pursue speech pathology. Later in the conversation, she begins to speak about her work as of more recent times and the challenge of varying work time.
There is so much work and demand, and I had a lot of problems saying no. So people would ring up and really want to help them, but then you're working so hard throughout, you know what I mean? Really too many hours, and then you sort of get home and then you got to do more work at home, and it was very relentless. So the biggest challenge for me was learning to say no, and that I would be more useful to the clients that I have if I didn't take on so much work, because you can do a better job. But it's very hard when you work for yourself just to learn to say no, because there's no buffer. It's you. So yeah, I was probably working maybe 12 hours most days. I'd get up and come into the office, and I wouldn't leave it till 7 or 8. So that went on for about 18 months, and then I since then kind of had to learn how to not work as hard.
When Jackie was speaking about managing long work hours and difficulty saying no, I noticed that she was using the narrative concept of externalizing conversations as she was separating her workplace problems from her identity. When she mentions the relentless work hours and difficulty saying no, she is externalizing these challenges as issues to be addressed, rather than inherent aspects of herself. The narrative reflects her evolving relationship with difficulties she encountered in her entrepreneurial journey. Now we will look at what roles Jackie's club of life plays in her professional life.
So probably my most important people in my club of life would be my own family and my parents, who I'm still close to because they live locally. All the way through, my family, like my parents, have really supported me being able to work, because they've looked after the kids if they're sick. They've picked them up from school when my husband or I can't be there. So it's really important to have a backup team.
The concept of club of life is evident in Jackie's identification of her most important people, her family. The family represents a personal circle, while the work team is a professional circle. Both circles contribute to her sense of belonging and support. The use of wording when Jackie refers to her parents as a team highlights the interconnectedness of her club of life. Lastly, we'll touch on what the future looks like for Jackie and the potential for retirement.
I've just bought a premises. So the next step for us is to move into our own premises rather than renting. So that's been a very big business decision. Unfortunately, I can't get any more staff, because I would like to grow my business and have less client contact. So I can probably move more to managing the other staff. But because we've been unsuccessful, I still am seeing a lot of clients. But yeah, so where to from now is we're going to be moving to our own premises. I've employed another allied health assistant and admin person to help us grow, even though I haven't got more speech pathologists.
This part of the conversation, particularly where she mentions the hiring of an allied health assistant and an admin person, along with the consideration of the experience level of her current speech pathologist, reflects an ongoing process of shaping and remembering the narrative of her team. Thank you for watching.